My name is Lloyd. I grew up in a small town called Clover, South Carolina, just south of Charlotte. Growing up, my life revolved around sports: football, basketball, baseball. If it involved a ball, I was in. Sports shaped who I was, and honestly, I didn't struggle much early on. I made good grades, stayed active, and had a very strong family. One of the most significant influences in my life was my dad. He was, and still is, a man of integrity. What he said in public matched who he was in private. I looked up to him and I wanted to be just like him. Things started to change when I went to college at Clemson University. After getting my wisdom teeth removed, I was prescribed pain medication. That was my first experience with opiates. What started as a prescription slowly turned into something darker, finding pills elsewhere, and eventually turning to fentanyl when pills became too expensive. That's when my life really spiraled. I dropped out of college, I burned bridges, I ended up essentially homeless with nowhere left to go. I overdosed multiple times, 6 or 7 that I can remember, and every time I felt like I was getting closer to the end. I first came to Miracle Hill Overcomers program as a condition of my bail. I stayed for 5 months, but I didn't finish. I disqualified myself. Because of that, I went back to jail. When I got out, the shame was overwhelming. I convinced myself that I could never go back, that they'd never take me again. During that time, I felt angry at God. I felt worthless. I kept asking, why me? Why does everyone else get a normal life while mine is falling apart? The turning point came after my grandmother passed away. My entire family was gathered around, grieving, and God spoke clearly to me. If you don't change, this will be you. They'll be crying because you're gone. 3 days after her funeral, I made the call. When I came back to Miracle Hill in May of 2019, I expected judgment. What I found instead was forgiveness. Accountability, yes, but also open arms. Counselors welcomed me back and said, "We're glad you made it." That changed everything for me. The second time, I stopped pretending. I faced the real root of my addiction, and I realized I truly didn't know God. When I entered into a real relationship with Jesus Christ, everything began to change. My identity changed, my purpose changed. After completing Overcomers, I went through Homes of Hope, entered the workforce, and started rebuilding my life. Today, I own a home, I'm married to my beautiful wife, Marcia, and we have a healthy baby boy, Parker. I'm thankful to Miracle Hill because I found out who I really am, who I am in Christ, and I hope people continue to support Miracle Hill because they truly are changing lives. If I am who God had called me to be, then that's enough. I don't have to try to be somebody different, or I don't have to try to do things Lloyd's way. I just need to be the man that God has called me to be, and that's more than enough.